Hello and welcome to the Invader Historical Foundation YouTube channel. I'm Jonathan Claiborne. I wanted to talk for a moment about a plane called Old Nan. As those in the Plastic Model fan club know, the company ICM Plastic Model Kits recently released several wonderful models of the AB-26 Invader. Among them is ICM's kit 48281, which is the A-26B50 Korean War version. This kit overall is wonderful. It's hands down the best Invader kit on the market, arguably in any scale. I've seen several questions about this plane, her paint schemes, her outfits, her weapons, so I wanted to weigh in on it and give you a little background on this plane in particular. The earliest box art from ICM showed a plane with the serial number of 4474372. While we did point out this error to ICM, they corrected it on the production run, there's still a couple of line drawings I've seen floating around bearing this number. This is not an Invader serial number. The correct serial number is 4434372. So good job on ICM for correcting it on the production run. The biggest nitpick that I have about the kit in general is that the shape of the nose is a little off. Overall, it's a nice high quality kit, and I definitely recommend it if you're looking for an Invader. The general color scheme of this plane was olive drab with the medium gray underbelly. This paint scheme was specifically used on the very first Invaders, Production Block 1, and then again on late model Invaders that were purpose built for the Pacific Theater, starting with Production Block 51. This plane, serial number 4434372, was Douglas manufacturer's serial number 27651 and was the 775th plane built at the Douglas Long Beach factory. It entered into service in May 1945 and was almost immediately sent to the 3rd Bomb Group. The plane was definitely in Okinawa when Japan surrendered in August of 1945. It's unclear how many bombing missions the plane participated in during World War II, if any. After the conclusion of World War II, the 3rd Bomb Group was sent to Iwakuni, Japan, to be permanently stationed there as part of the occupation forces of Japan. From 1945 until 1950, the unit flew reconnaissance sorties, practice missions, and conducted performance tests on the Invader. During World War II in Korea, it was common for planes to be known by two names, first being their tail name, in this case, Old Nan, because Nan was the old phonetic alphabet word for the letter N. They were also known by their nose art name, which in this case was Made in USA. Some other famous planes that fought in the 13th Bomb Squadron were Old Able, which was also Versatile Lady, and Brown Nose, which was also known as Dogtail. Mostly, when referring to planes by their letter name, they called that tail, such as Kingtail, Foxtail, Lovetail, Sugartail. But a couple of planes had the distinction of being called old due to their longevity. Made in USA shows up on Nan tail in the photographic evidence beginning in July 1948, where she can be seen on the left side of this photo. Now, it was pretty common for planes to be moved around and to be renamed during this time period with different letters on the tail. But we know for sure that this is the same Nan because the squadron only had a total strength of 15 aircraft at this point in time. There were 11 B-26Bs, 3 B-26Cs, and a single TB-25J that was used as a training plane and for supply runs. Made in USA shows up again as Nan in the photos in January 1949. The only copy of this picture I have is from the monthly unit report, so it's poor quality, but the caption definitely identifies her as Nan and serial number 372. By the summer of 1950, Made in USA was a well-worn, beaten, battered plane having been in constant service for 5 years. A series of pictures taken by First Lieutenant Charles E. Bartels of the 13th Bomb Squadron exists, which are among the ones commonly shared. They showed the plane on the flight line being prepared for a mission, wearing 5-inch HVARs, or high velocity aircraft rockets, as well as 125-gallon napalm bombs. Several people have asked about the nose and why it was painted black, and why there's such a noticeable seam there. It was common practices to swap nose in Korea quite often. However, Nan was built as an 8-gun nose, and she's still wearing one in these photos. So either they had changed her to a glass nose and then back again, which doesn't seem likely given that every photo that we have of her shows an 8-gun, or, quite probably, she suffered damage in a landing accident and the nose was repaired. I don't have all the accident reports yet, but if I had to bet, my money would be on that. This photo shows the nose art on Old Nan, which unfortunately ICN did not seem to find, as the nose art isn't included in the kit. And this drawing, done by Don Henderson of the 13th Bomb Squadron Historical Association, shows the nose art in the completed form. Don's a fantastic illustrator and the owner of Henderson Graphics. You should definitely check out his work at yankeedog.deviantart.com. Unfortunately, Nan's time came to a close on the 4th of January, 1952. She was taking off for a night mission and overran the runway due to engine trouble. Her nose wheel sank into the mud just past the runway and she flipped over onto her back. Fortunately, all 3 crew members aboard the plane were spared with only minor injuries. But for Old Nan, it was the end. She was class 26th, or stricken from service due to damage. Hope you've enjoyed this insight into the history and backstory of Old Nan. If you've enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Until the next video, thanks for watching.